Hey guys, first off real quick, excuse the way I sound. When I was a teenager, one of my front teeth got knocked out and the fake one recently broke. I haven't got it fixed yet. It's making me have kind of a lisp and sound half retarded. But anyway, I wanted to share some basic tactics I use with QAAMs, things I think are effective and can get you some more points, get you some more wins, and hopefully help you out a little bit. So some people seem to think of QAAMs as this like god weapon that you can fire off from any angle and it will just keep circling around the target until it finally eventually hits the target. And while you can use it in that way and just fire them off whenever, they will sometimes circle around and hit your target, but it's not a very efficient or effective way. You won't get a lot of kills, or at least anywhere near as many as if you were using them how I consider to be the proper way, which is not this way at all. And if you do this, what happens is QAAM spam. You'll quickly become known as the guy that has no skill, just fires them off, prays for a hit, relies solely on the tracking ability of the missile, and no skill of your own, and nobody wants that. Just say no to QAAM spam. Don't do it. Now, it's okay to take some shots you know won't hit in order to try and force your opponent to do something to get in a position where you can hit him. I'll talk about that a bit, but don't just shoot them off whenever, all the damn time. It's annoying. You're not going to really help yourself, so just say no. So imagine you're looking down on this and these guys are doing it in a horizontal turn. You see a guy doing what I would call a lazy turn. They're keeping the same turn radius basically. They're not like tapping high G, changing the radius of their turn a lot, and they're staying in basically the same turn for a decent amount of time. What you want to do is try to match their turn radius. You don't have to have your nose pointed right at them. You just want to be turning in about the same radius that they are turning in. Now once you've matched their turn radius fairly well, you can let her fly, and this is a very effective tactic. It will hit most of the time as long as they don't do some jink move right before the missile gets there. It doesn't work quite as well up really close. This works better at a little bit medium distance, and this will work at long range too, as long as they continue in basically the same turn they were in as when you fired the missile. It will track them and it will hit them almost every time. Now you don't have to be directly in line with their turn, like right behind them, for this to work. As long as you are matching the radius of their turn and they're not way far off center of you, this will work. The missile will still track them and it will still hit them very effectively. Now there is a pretty easy counter to this. If they're paying attention and they're watching their radar and they're seeing the missile coming, if just before the missile hits them, they hit the high G turn, they'll then break out of that radius that the missile is tracking and you will miss them. So it doesn't always work, but it does work a lot of the time, I have found. Now, of course, people aren't always just going to be doing a lazy turn in one direction. They're going to be zigging, zagging, going all over the place. So in situations like that, you have to kind of time it where you're going to have a straighter shot to them and you want to get a little bit closer so that there's less time the missile takes to get there, that they can dodge it. So you don't always have to shoot a missile to do this. I just put it in here to illustrate that you can. What I'll do sometimes is I will fire a missile at them, like the red arrow here, knowing that it won't hit. The purpose of this is not to hit them. I just want to make them move. Anyway, it doesn't matter what way. I want to get them moving so that I can get closer to them. So once you fired the missile at them, they're going to get the missile warning, oh shit, there's a missile coming at me, and they're going to start turning different directions, trying to dodge this missile. And I'm not going to be chasing them every way they go. I'm going to continue more straight. While they're making all these turns and changes that's killing their speed, I'm going straight with the throttle on to get closer to them. You're basically cutting corners on them. They're turning, you're going straight. Now you can get close to them, as you see in this picture. And once you get close to them, you just have to time it when they're changing direction. Right as they start to change direction, fire the missile, and by the time the missile gets there, they'll just be straightening out to go the other direction. They won't actually have went the other direction yet, and it'll basically be a straight shot with the missile right to them, and they're dead. Now, these next two things I can't really confirm 100%, but it's how it feels to me. Now, imagine you're looking at this from the side. So, if the guy you're chasing breaks sharp straight up, I have found that the missiles don't seem to track guys who do a straight up maneuver as well. And a lot of times you'll miss them if you shoot at them and they break up, or if they break up and you shoot at them as they're breaking up, if it's a sharp upturn. I don't like to take these shots. I don't seem to hit them a lot. I don't know if it's just me. It doesn't work for me, so I wouldn't suggest doing it. On the flip side of that, the missiles do seem to track well against diving targets. So if someone takes a steep dive away from me, I'll launch one off at them. They seem to drop off the plane, and really the missiles will dive down after the target much better than they will climb after a target. So don't be afraid to take these shots. You'll hit a decent amount of the time. So like I said at the beginning, this is just a couple real basic tactics that I use with QAAMs. It's pretty effective. If you're not already doing this stuff, try it out. You'll get some more points, maybe get some more wins. Maybe you'll be hitting some of these 200k point games pretty soon. I hope this helped you out some. If you didn't already know this stuff, some of you probably did, but I hope this helps you guys. You can get some more points. I'll see you out there.